Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, we're going to be going over a content strategy that I'm using for my AI automation agency, and you should also use it too. So to jump right into it, what we'll be covering: the platform you should be using, which could be different for everyone, finding your target audience, the types of content that you should be posting, how to use content to solve problems and provide value, improve engagement, and then actionable steps that you should be taking at the end, which is very important. So definitely stay tuned for that. You're going to be shown how to create a spreadsheet with all the things that you need to do daily with your content, with your social media to build your personal brand. So, number one, identify the platform. So, the platform you choose is going to be very important. You want to find out where your target audience is. So obviously here are the popular ones: LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Twitter could be one. But if I were to recommend anything, YouTube for long form content. It's great for building authority and demonstrating knowledge. It's not the best for finding leads, but depending if you're targeting fitness influencers, it could possibly work. But there's not a ton of leads on there. So YouTube is great. Long form videos, short form videos, grow your platform. And then LinkedIn and Instagram is probably where you're going to find most of your leads and post a lot of your content. So LinkedIn, SalesNav, and Dripify, find leads there. You could look up tutorials. It's gonna cost some money, but it's definitely worth it. You get like 1,000 leads or even more, and it's super quick. And then you're just gonna have a long list that you could then connect with and reach out to. Instagram, you can manually find leads. There's also some tools that you could use for lead scraping, but it's easy to find a lot of leads on Instagram. Again, depending on your niche, takes a little bit more time, but it could be very good. And it's also very good for building a platform, for building an audience. And then Facebook, it's hard to find business owners unless you use Facebook groups. Facebook groups are great. LinkedIn also has groups that are very helpful. So I recommend Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. If I were to pick one, it would be either LinkedIn or Instagram. And then pair that with YouTube. Pair that with creating videos, long form videos. That is very, very helpful. Find your target audience. Once you know what platform you want to use, you got to find your target audience on there. Build a lead list as long as possible. As I said before, on LinkedIn, Sales Navigator and Dripify. On Instagram, you could use keyword searches. You could look at related accounts to other accounts. You could find someone, like if you're targeting fitness influencers or personal trainers, online coaches, then you could follow someone like Brandon Carter and go through his follower list and then find a bunch of people there. So there's different ways to do it. This is not a lead gen course, but find out how to find a lot of leads, find your target audience, and then let's create some content. So there's 3 forms of content, very broad. There's videos, there's carousels, and then there's single images. But you could break it down further. So short form, long form videos, carousels, single images could be graphics, they could be photographs, and then you could have text only on LinkedIn at least. Obviously can't do that on Instagram, but I would always recommend using some sort of image. So those are the 3 types that you have to be aware of when you're planning your content. So get a calendar out and then do maybe one every 3 days, or maybe you want to do, 3 single images and then 2 carousels and 2 videos. You got to plan it out. Plan out that structure and then move on to the next part, which is the 3 types of content that you should be using. There are 3 pillars: mindset, personal, mastery. So as a business owner, obviously the entrepreneurial mindset is a big part of it. And if you're targeting other business owners, which you most likely are, then, well, you definitely are actually, then entrepreneur mindset is something that you could really relate to other business owners. Some examples are entrepreneurship, productivity, traits, learning. You want to just create a list of smaller subsections in mindset. Discipline. You can start naming the traits, reading, stuff like that. So yeah, list those out. Have mindset, list out a bunch of different sub pillars. Then personal. This is how to make yourself personal. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So to build trust, show yourself as a person, not as a business. Show your daily life, hobbies, networking events, or, if you go to seminars, what book you're reading, what food you're eating, if you're working out. You want to mix it with productive things. You don't want to, show yourself drinking or, doing anything crazy. But you also want to make it personable to you. You can show behind the scenes of how you make videos or how you post content, something like that. Anything personal. And then mastery, which is, in your case, would be AI. So AI automation, you want to show expertise, tools that they could use, different automations they could implement in their business, your clients' work, case studies, builds that you've done, anything related to the actual business that you do, that's what you want to show there. Builds authority and trust, makes you look like an expert, and those are the 3 pillars. So once you get those down, once you get all these down, again, mindset, personal, mastery, list sub-pillars for each one. Once you list those, then you're going to break down those and list more specific ideas. And you could use ChatGPT for all of this, so you don't even have to think. It's so simple. Now, use your content to solve problems. This is how you actually provide value to your audience. So you got to find your audience's problems. First, understand their problems. Do research, message people, try to book research calls. Watch my last video if you haven't on how to book research calls. Use ChatGPT. Do some research. Find out what your niche's biggest problems are and then how you could fix them. List out the 10 problems. List out their dream state, which is what their life looks like when it's fixed. List out roadblocks that stop them from getting to that dream state. Stop them from solving the problem and getting to the dream state. And then list out the solutions. So you have the problem, you have the dream state. In the middle, there's a roadblock. Find out what that roadblock is, and then you could find out a solution to that roadblock. Then, once you figure out the solution, list features of the solution. And then you're going to turn those features into benefits. Definitely, if you don't know how to do that, there's tons of tools online, tons of other tutorials online. If you guys would like to see me do a video of that, let me know. It has to do with marketing and stuff. I don't know. Maybe you guys have marketing backgrounds. Maybe you don't. But figure out features to benefits, how to convert them. Use that. And then you sell the benefits. That's what you're going to do. Now you're going to be crystal clear on what your audience values, what they find important to them. So you're going to be able to actually provide them real value and help them solve their problems. When you could do that, when you could show your expertise of AI and solve their problems, and they find it useful, that's how you really start building an audience. Now, here's some tips to improve engagement on your posts. Use a clear CTA for each post. Follow, share, comment, DM. One of those depends on what kind of post it is. So some of them you're going to want to make them follow. Some of them you're going to say, DM me for a free consultation, something like that. Engage with others 15 minutes before and after you post. That'll get people coming to your page, and then if there's a new post out there, hopefully they'll engage back with it, and then it'll push it in the algorithm. Start a DM conversation with every follower and connection. You want to build relationships. That's the point. So you're going to DM everyone that follows you or connects with you. Start up a conversation with them. When you build strong relationships, people will engage, refer, and help you grow. So it's important. Build those relationships. You engage with them. They engage with you. It's how you grow. It's a value exchange. So actionable steps. Post 3 to 7 posts per week. The more, the better. If you post 7, you're going to get better at making content. You're going to be able to make the content quicker. And you're going to just be pumping out more content, which then gives you the opportunity to have better posts. So the more, the better. 3 is like the bare minimum. If you want to do 3, start off with 3 and then slowly build it up after you get your groove going, after you start learning how content goes. But the thing is to just stop planning it. Plan a little bit, but stop procrastinating, because people plan and plan and plan and they never take action. I do it sometimes. Everybody does it sometimes. You just need to just do it. Just start cranking out content. It's going to be bad. The first 50 posts are going to be bad. You get better over time. Trust me. So just start pumping out content as fast as possible. Get the first 50 out of the way. Then once the first 50 are out of the way, you will be a lot better. Connect and follow 20 to 50 people daily. On LinkedIn, connect with 20 people. I think you'll get banned if you go over 20 a day consistently, because it's like 100 to 150 a week that you could do. So 20 a day. Instagram, I think you could do a little bit more, but also be careful because you don't want to get banned on Instagram either. So I think 20 to 30 is probably the good spot to do, but that's, you could go up to like 50. Some people say some crazy stuff like 100. I don't know about all that, but that's up to you. Engage with 20 posts daily. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a list for every day of the week, Monday to Sunday or Monday to Saturday at least. And you're going to have 20 people that you mutual followers or connections. And each person, you're going to have 20 per day. So that's going to be like 120 people. A list of 120 people. And then every Monday, you're going to go to these 20 people's profiles. To these 20 profiles, and you're going to engage with content. And then Tuesday, these 20 people engage with the content. Wednesday, and you're going to list it out like that. So you're going to have people that you're ready to engage with every day of the week. And you're going to do that every day. So this is the Excel sheet part. I want you to create an Excel sheet. At the top, you're going to do post content, connect and follow, engage, and then here a lead tracker on Google Sheets. So everyone that you have conversations with through DM, you're going to add them to the lead tracker. You're going to set up a follow-up deadline. So say it's like a week or two. Say they answer you, and then you answer and they don't answer. Add them to the sheet. Set the deadline for 2 weeks. You're going to reach out to them again and see how they're doing. Just casual things. You're building relationships. And then these are the DMs that you're going to do every day. You're going to check the new people that follow you or the new connections. You're going to check your lead tracker that we just talked about. Make sure that all the deadlines that you set are up to date. You're going to, any unopened inbox messages, you're going to check your inbox. Anything that you haven't already replied to, reply to that. And people that engage with your content, who like content, you're going to DM, you're going to thank them, and you're just going to ask them how they're doing or start up a conversation. Create a checklist with these actionable steps to stay consistent and accountable. And you're just going to have a checklist. So every day when you post your content, check. Every day when you finish connecting and following, check. When you finish engaging with a 20 posts, check. And you're going to do that every day. And that is the content strategy. That's how you create your content. Remember the pillars. On that same spreadsheet, you could create another sheet. You could write out the mindset, personal mastery. You could list out the sub-pillars, entrepreneurship, productivity, traits. And you could go even more in depth. For productivity, you could do how I create my content. Entrepreneurship, you could do, how I got my first client. Trades, you could do, create more discipline. And you're just going to have a list of ideas for each one. And then that is how you're going to then you're going to choose your video, your carousel, your single image, choose which form you're going to do. And then you start typing it up. Use ChatGPT, type it up. And that is how you create your content strategy. So I hope you got value out of this. Put these steps into action. Follow me on Instagram. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Link is in the description. And until next time, I want to see people's content or see people's activity on social media take a big jump up. So thanks for watching. See you next time.